Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Charm City Sideline. I am Zach. With me is my co-host, Brad. Today is kind of a fun episode. It's all over the place, I'd say. We're going to talk about the 53-man roster. We're going to talk about the biggest news of today, Kyle Hamilton's extension. We're going to talk about can the Ravens win the Super Bowl? How can they win the Super Bowl? And we're going to talk about, at the very end, save the best for last, our favorite jerseys of all time for the Ravens. Ranking them, maybe? I don't know. Either one of them we're going to talk about. So, Brad, how we doing, bro?
We're doing good. We got Andrew in the chat. What's up, Andrew?
What's up, dude?
Appreciate you for being here, as always. Doing good, man. This is our last podcast of the offseason. Technically, we'll have one more because we have a Bills preview, but I don't consider that an off-season podcast. That's a week one podcast.
Yeah.
So, really, really exciting stuff. Yeah, this is basically get the final thoughts in. You know what I mean? Like, anyone in the chat tonight, put any questions you have in, start a nice dialogue. Zach and I can argue it out or whatever you guys want us to do. And yeah, man, I'm getting really, really excited for this season. I cannot believe it is here already.
I know we've been previewing the season like the last month, but this is like not only a chance for all of you guys to drop any questions or anything like that, but also just the final bow on this whole freaking off season before it actually happens. The actual season starts again. I think, us as a podcast, just talking to you as well here for a second, Brad, us doing this for like this whole off season and being as committed and into it, this has made the anticipation to the season gonna hit that much harder. Like, especially it being on Sunday Night Football. It is against the Bills and Buffalo. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm getting off track. Kyle Hamilton extension today, 4 years, $100 million, $82 million guaranteed. Ravens had picked up his fifth-year option, so he was under contract through the 2026 season, and he's now with them through the 2030 season. 2030, dude. That's so far away. But still, I think what he was talking about in the presser today was, as long as I have Lamar Jackson, number 8, as my quarterback on this team, I get to be a part of a competitive team to go win championships and have a chance at it. But I think, sure, it's amazing to see an extension get done, especially with a guy as premier as this, the highest paid safety now. Brad, what was the initial thought? Because I know I texted you and you were like, wait, what? Like, it was the funniest reaction to it too.
Yeah, I was busy at work, and I saw a text from Zach. You just said like K-Hammy or something like that. So I assumed you were talking about an extension. And I was like, yeah, well, I just wasn't. You're not expecting that. When you're busy and you get these notifications, you're never going to be expecting it. And I mean, obviously great to see. That's what, $25 million a year. The highest safety contract this morning was $21 million a year. Kirby Joseph in Detroit, really good player. So I think he deserves it. Probably one of the most impactful defensive players in the league. I think it was, I saw a tweet from Mina Kimes basically saying that she thought he was going to be really, really good coming out of the draft, and he's been way better than she thought he was going to be. And I mean, him going at pick 14, that is absolutely insane. And it's what a steal, right? And him now being here through, like you said, the 2030 season. Crazy. I mean, that's great to see. And you talked about him and Lamar, like that. Those are two of the leaders that are going to be here, have been here, and that are going to be here for a long time. So it's awesome, man.
Yeah, and I think he had kind of brushed it off about being highest paid safety and all, but like you mentioned, it feels like if we didn't have him, it's a true notch off this team, which is insane to think about. Like we all love Kyle Hamilton, obviously, but his impact is a lot more than some people would even recognize. Yeah. It does kind of bear the question, though. I think there's been a lot of extensions. Henry was extended. Ronnie technically re-signed. I think everyone was calling for a Lamar one. There had been some reports about a Linderbaum one that he wanted 20 million or something like that. Who do you think is next, Brad? If you had to guess, maybe if not, who do you think is next, the most likely? If you even think.
Well, I would say,
No pun intended.
yeah.
So there's like,
Listen, if Likely comes back from the injury week 3, whatever, and is having a really good year, and it's like November, I think he's the next in line. I think they were going to pay him the day of the injury. Shout out Ricky Scoops on Twitter.
yeah,
He's been getting a lot of stuff recently, and that morning he was talking about likely extension looming. And I mean, I don't blame them at all for sort of
holding off.
holding off a little bit and like making sure he's good. So I think it'll be Likely. And then in terms of Linderbaum, I mean, that could be interesting. I think Lamar definitely not, just because he's not going to do anything during the season.
Yeah.
So I really, really hope we get a Lamar extension after next season. But yeah, I'd say Likely is the highest chance.
I like that. I think Linderbaum does have a chance. It just depends if they do want to go with a Likely route. Let's say Likely starts balling out halfway through the year and his numbers are looking great. They want to get a deal done with them. Like, do you go ahead and do that right then to make sure, if Likely starts popping by the end of the year, then we've signed him at a good number? Or do you think, is Linderbaum gone? There's so many. I get a little nervous thinking about it because, sure, it's still, 2 years away, I guess, this whole season and next. But it's happened before with the Ravens where some extensions just don't get done with star players, and it tends to scar us. But in this case, Linderbaum does feel very, very special to this team, especially given it's the O-line and a staple of it now. I think the scariest thing I read was a tweet about, if you think the Ravens O-line is weird with Falele now, imagine it without Linderbaum and Falele not having a Linderbaum to help him. Like, there's so many levels to it, dude.
Yeah, I agree. And what's up, Zay? What's up, Nate? It's when you look at it, especially with the, like you said, Falele, unknowing what Voorhees is going to be. If you take out Linderbaum too, like, that's the whole interior O-line of question marks. And like you said, you can't, you can't pay everyone, but that is very important. And if it comes down to it, if they don't end up paying Linderbaum, you got to at least sign like a veteran guard to a decent number or something like that, because you cannot have, 3 players in a row basically on your offensive line that are question marks. So we'll see. But I agree with you. I think he's really important as well.
Yeah, man. Now, we do want you guys to subscribe. We have memberships as well. Before we get into the next topic here, 53-man roster. Memberships is going to be, throughout our YouTube time, but it's also, I think it's $2.99 a month. And we're going to be posting Q&As every single week. All of you members get special access to those Q&As that we're going to try and answer. Or if you're in the chat during those Q&As, you get a little more priority. So you want to join those. But to get into 53-man roster breakdown, Andrew had the question already about, I'm going to say it, my guy, Jay Higgins of Iowa, making the 53-man roster, inside linebacker. Andrew asks, he's super happy we retained him, big linebacker guy himself. What do you think his ceiling is? And do you think he was brought in for special teams or to compete for the third linebacker spot? There was some uncertainty with Buchanan, right? And I think that if there is any, you have to kind of question that the third linebacker spot is up for grabs. And what they saw from Higgins in the preseason was, I think it was the top rated linebacker by PFF.
I think so.
And that's already stacked on top of what, I'm going to pat myself on the back again, what I'd mentioned all the way back in April, I guess, about him, where it was, he'd been a top rated, one of the highest graded PFF coverage players at linebacker and among the best in FBS just overall. I mean, everything about him screamed, if you get him into the right system and the right coaches, that he can develop. It's just if they're asking of him to be some athletic freak, it's not going to happen. So it's between the ears, and I think the Ravens kind of nailed it, and it's a perfect match. I love it so much that we got to talk about him all the way back in April, and it's kind of a crazy. It's one of 3 crazy undrafted free agent guys to make the roster. What'd you think about him, Brad?
Yeah, I remember this. Like, so Zach and I do these day 3 gems for every position group in March and April, talking about the draft. I mentioned LaJohntay Wester as a
Yes.
guy I really wanted the Ravens to draft late. Zach mentioned Jay Higgins as a guy he really wanted the Ravens to draft late. So, both
That's
of those
crazy.
guys
That's
ending up
insane.
on the 53-man roster is insane. Um,
Thank
so
you, Andrew. Yeah, we freaking, dude, what the
thank
heck?
you.
That was
So,
insane.
credit to Zach on that. I remember you first talked about him, you were like, "He's 6 foot 230." I mean, I knew about him too, but you brought him up, and I was like, "230?" I was like, "Lamar Jackson was 230 last year." Like, are you sure he's 230? I looked him up, 230. I think he ran like a 4.8. So, I mean, people fall in the draft and go undrafted because of size, because of measurables, because of, workout numbers. Our
Yeah.
Darius Washington was a guy who fell, I think, solely because of size. Jay Higgins probably falls because of size and athleticism. And
Sounds like a diss, but I mean, dude, we
yeah,
love the guy. I mean, holy crap.
yeah. And
Helping us out
there you
here.
go, Andrew.
Four
Yeah,
eight two
exactly.
40. Woo!
But like,
We got
he
better.
won the award for the best linebacker in the Big Ten last
Dude,
year.
that's insane. That's ridiculous.
It's like,
I don't know.
when you'll be watching March Madness, and I remember Carson Edwards on Purdue like 5 years back or whenever it was, 6 years back, and he's just draining threes. And it's like, it sucks. This guy's not going to go to the NBA because he's 5'11, he's small. And you're just watching him dominate a game against like UVA or whoever it
Hmm.
was, who has 3 or 4 NBA players. And it just sucks that in college sports, there are players who are really, really good
It's true.
that are not going to get drafted. Jay Higgins was one of them. Our Darius Washington was one of them. And then they can prove everyone wrong in the NFL. And the Ravens have, been known to get a lot of UDFAs, especially inside linebackers. We all know who Zach Orr is, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Story I have about Zach Orr, I was, 12 or whatever. It was his rookie year. I was at training camp in the signature lines, and he signed my ball, and I had no idea who he was. And I think the next year he was like an all-pro linebacker, and I was like, that guy signed my football. And it's crazy now. He's like the defensive coordinator. But these stories are awesome, and there's obviously 2 more as well. So, I mean, I'm so happy for these guys.
Is it? I think I heard someone say it, but I loved it so much. Do you think Zach Orr sees a Zach Orr in this guy? Like, doesn't that feel like that's the match? Oh man,
I think
dude,
definitely he does.
good
Yeah.
question, dude.
I
You
like
do have
I don't have it in my room right now, but it's somewhere in the house in
okay.
a bin. So,
That's
yeah.
awesome. I didn't even know that. What the heck? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to give you a little more story. Whenever he talked in the press conference, uh, making all the reporters laugh, he was having a good time. He was feeling good. But I mean, uh, 5 interceptions, 300 tackles in 2 years at Iowa. He sat for 3 years before getting a chance to play, and he wanted offers from IU, Purdue, the Big Ten in general, and Iowa was the only one that offered from the Big Ten. And he goes there and makes the most of it. Freaking love it. What's up, Chris in the
Yeah.
chat?
What's up, Chris? Real
But
quick,
yeah,
Zach, we did have, I think Andrew wanted to talk about like Higgins and Buchanan and sort of that
sure.
battle.
We can touch on it. Yeah.
I mean, I'd say based off the tape, I do think Trenton Simpson looked pretty good against the Commanders. And yeah,
He'll be
he
able to.
made a ton of plays against the Commanders. I'm getting the games
Right.
confused because they're all mixed around in my head. I mean, Trenton Simpson looks a lot better than he did last year. And I do think like, I made jokes like, oh, Jay Higgins is second best linebacker on the team. Like, no, I think he's the third best linebacker on the team. But that answers Andrew's question. He played better than Teddy Buchanan in the preseason, and I think Chandler Martin did too, who's on the practice squad right now. And like being a rookie inside linebacker is really, really tough. We're not dissing Teddy Buchanan, but to answer Andrew's question, I'd say, yeah, for sure. I think he's probably the number 3 inside linebacker on this team. Maybe Jake Hummel has that spot because of, being a veteran, but
Yeah,
I mean, Jay Higgins maybe could play this year, so we'll see.
that would be awesome, dude. Oh, especially like, let's say at the beginning of the year, Simpson starts to slip up. I think we saw that, last year too, where we needed a veteran to play half the snaps that Simpson would be playing. It might not be a veteran in Jay Higgins because he's not, but it could be, some help overall. Now let's go to the next guy, Ruben Lowry of Chattanooga. He'd been making plays all in preseason. He'd been making a ton of plays in practice. Like, I felt like every Zrebic tweet was like Lowry picked off Cooper Rush. Like, there was so many good notes from him. I'm going to give you a little bit of the story here. Mechanical engineer that was a part of a student group that earned NASA recognition as one of the best in the country. What the heck? And then ends up being a DB in the NFL. I mean, holy crap, man. He was asked, what's harder, mechanical engineering or making the Ravens? And he said, well, you get as many reps as you want with mechanical engineering, not with the NFL. And it sounds funny to say this, but he was so well-spoken. Like, he was so, oh yeah, hey guys. Like, I don't know. It was something about him where he came off as like this. He doesn't even feel like an NFL player. He seems like he would be a guy with a mechanical engineering degree going to NASA. It's like that, coupled with all the plays he would make in preseason and all that we'd hear about in practice, this was another great fit given, the Ardarius injury and wanting to move on from someone like Bo Braid, who they did release. So, Brad, what did you think about Lowry?
Yeah. Slot corner, safety out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. And this was a guy I didn't know about at all. And John Harbaugh just started talking about him like the first week of training camp at a presser. And immediately I was like, oh, he's probably going to make the team. If Harbaugh is already talking about him like that, I mean, it was like the first week of August. And I think at the time he was playing slot corner, and I guess they sort of moved him back to deep safety and just kept making plays in practice. And obviously the Cowboys game with that big pick in the end zone. And, they obviously liked what they saw, and having a guy back there that's that smart. I mean, Kyle Hamilton's another guy who's really, really smart. And I mean, Ruben Lowry, maybe the smartest guy on the team. I mean, NASA recognition. I mean, like, it's insane. I mean, I could never do any engineering major. I'll tell everyone that right now. But I mean, yeah, I'm excited for Lowry. And like, is he the number 3 safety right now? I mean, it's either him or Kane.
Feels like it, yeah.
And go ahead.
Kone also being injured, it's like it opens up a spot for both Lowry and Martin to have an opportunity to be a part of this team going forward until they do come back. It feels great. What were you going to say? Do you have anything else to add before we move on?
I was just going to give Sanusi Kane some props. Like, 7th round pick 2 years ago. Those guys aren't any more really locks than UDFAs are. And he has been awesome on special teams and plays. I mean, everyone loved Bo Braid, and Sanusi Kane kind of just like beat him out quietly, right? And so I want to give a lot of credit to him too for making this team. And very, very young, but safety room that I trust. I mean, Ruben Lowry is probably the most trustworthy UDFA ever.
Yeah,
just like,
what the heck?
I don't know why it feels like that. It's probably just because of how smart that he is.
Did you hear what Pagano said?
No,
Pagano said he was the staple of consistency in the DB room. What? Dude, this is an undrafted free agent talking like that. And it's Chuck Pagano giving him that kind of compliment. What the heck? But yeah, Andrew's saying, Zach Horst said, Jalen Arbor Davis was the smartest corner. Oh. Hey, I mean, there was a bunch of waiver claims for him. So, I mean,
yeah,
given his
4 or
release,
5,
which was definitely the most surprising. I think Harbaugh mentioned that it was a contract year for Armour Davis. So that coupled with, I guess, an injury plague trying to get him there, I think they wanted to take the chance on these younger guys. We're going to get to Martin here, but I think they would rather have that. Honestly, I completely agree. I think a lot of the fan base pushed back on that idea, but especially because how much we've kind of moved along with Armour Davis over this whole time. Like, you would think that given he's fully back now and you're giving him compliments like smartest corner, that he would probably make the roster. It felt like that was more of it was pushing towards more lock than not, just by, I guess, us as in the media's eyes. It felt like that would be a question, but holy crap, I couldn't believe he was released.
Yeah, I was not happy about that yesterday. And it's like, I understand, like, who are they going to not keep? I honestly thought, and I'm not saying this is what I would have done, I truly thought they were going to keep Martin and Lowry and just hope to God no one claimed Higgins.
Wow.
And kept JD because, I mean, every time JD made a play this preseason, I was so hyped to see him like finally healthy and talented. I mean, you go back, Chris Sims, who has some crazy opinions, in the 2022 draft class, I think JD was his number 2 corner.
Whoa.
And he was, 4th round pick, had never been able to stay healthy. I thought we were going to get like an Ardarius Washington sort of trajectory here. And I was really shocked when they cut him. But I mean, I'm not going to say I wish they kept him over another guy. I mean, I've been advocating for Rasheen Ali this whole time. So I'm not gonna act like I had a better idea, right? You only got 53 players.
I know. And especially in the press conference, DaCosta mentioned that all 3 of those guys had been fielded trade offers for, if that was a part of it. So I think that if they weren't, these were the 3 that would have been waiver claimed as well. It was probably them, Bo Braid, Armour Davis as the 5 to pick between. And I think that these 3 tended to edge it out. Michael has a great comment here, but I don't want to get to it yet.
Yeah, let's talk about.
I want to talk about Keon Martin of Louisiana. His part of the press conference day was easily my favorite. The dude was smiling the whole time. I don't know if he's just in like the most happy mood right now. Making plays all in preseason. I mean, golly, sack, pick 6. I mean, good Lord, he's everywhere. And he still makes the team off of, I think Zay said it in the chat. Yeah, it's a crazy story. Camp body invite turned to the 53-man roster. The only tryout he did after the draft was with the Ravens. Someone asked him, what would you say to the teams that missed out on you, or blah, blah, blah. And he said, I don't think teams missed out on me. I think going to the Ravens was destiny. I love that as a quote, just kind of knocking that off. And he said that the big plays are great, but he always puts on the film to see if he really did good. And I know that sounds like a Raven secondary type of thing to say. And I think that as a fan favorite of the 3, I know Jay Higgins was my guy. Keon was infectious personality in that press conference, and anything outside of it, the reveal video to those 3 that came out on Ravens media, it might've been today actually. That video of him just like I think it was calling his dad, or it might've been someone else, but still, all of them had great reactions, but Martin seemed the most quick fan favorite. I think he's been really active on Twitter too. Isn't that right? Yeah. I mean, dude, he's made to be a NFL player, right?
Yeah, John Harbaugh was talking about him, how he has an infectious personality. He said it was like the very first day of camp or OTAs or something, he saw Keon Martin like looking half asleep in a meeting room one morning, and he was like, "You all right?" And Keon just started laughing. And he said Harbaugh said ever since then he's been like bubbly. So I don't know, that was a funny story. But yeah, when he had the sack on Joe Milton for a safety, and NFL's Twitter account just posted Raven safety, and then Keon Martin tweeted it. It was like, you guys couldn't even tag me with a bunch of laughing emojis or something.
Yeah, he just wanted
Lamar quote tweeted it too. It was a funny situation. But Keon Martin is like it's hard to even know anything about him. Like you said, camp tryout, those are just like bodies to
Yeah, it's
have.
insane.
Like you want more bodies on the practice field. I think, and this is what I think because this is as much as I can find. 1 year at Youngstown State, and then I think he transferred to Louisiana Raging Cajuns,
Mhm.
redshirted, and then played a redshirt sophomore and a redshirt junior year there. He's
Oh,
5'9", 166. Like
wow.
this guy, I mean, all three of these stories are awesome.
They're the best.
And I mean, it's so cool. I think there was 1 year the streak ended, the UDFA streak ended. It was like 2020 or 20. No way it was 2021 with all those injuries. But
Mm.
maybe it was like 2020. But it's still cool that it's like 25 of the last 26 years UDFA has made the team. And I was thinking there's no way 3 have before, but Jay-Z on Ravens Collective said 3 have made it before. So, I mean, that's insane. But I'm so happy for all 3 of these guys. And I mean, Keon Martin is the backup slot, right? Like
Yeah.
Lowry might be the number 3 safety, and Keon Martin is probably the backup slot, unless you want to say Kyle Hamilton is. But then if Hamilton's the backup slot, then Ruben Lowry is the backup safety. So
He's got a spot. I love
these
it.
guys are going to play.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. To talk about, practice squad additions here, Michael brought up probably the most interesting practice squad signing for the Ravens. Tyler Huntley, Pro Bowl quarterback, I should add, was signing the practice squad for the Ravens today. And we don't have to talk about it a long time because it's just Tyler Huntley, obviously. But dude, that all this news that was happening, Hamilton, and then all these 3 having their press conference, it was so feel good. And then this little tiny cherry on top is this little Tyler Huntley news. And I'm like, dude, I need Ravens football freaking yesterday. I was so pumped up. This like literally tipped me over.
Yeah, I was happy to see this too. I mean, we all love Tyler Huntley. Every Ravens fan loves Tyler Huntley. Zach is a ghost on his wall moving his.
Yeah, what the heck? Did that just move? Or has that been like that? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I hope
I
it's
just
not
saw
been
you
like
fixing
that.
it.
Crap.
Hopefully you don't have a ghost behind you. Who are we talking about? Oh, Tyler Huntley.
Chris had a comment that said, "Don't forget the Pro Bowl." I was like, "Yeah, Pro Bowl."
Yeah, Pro Bowl quarterback. Like, no, I mean, Cooper Rush looked a lot better week 3 of the preseason, and I think that's what you're going to get out of him. I mean, brand new situation. I'm not going to hate on it because I was really happy when they signed Cooper Rush. I was like, oh, this is the best backup Lamar has ever had by far. So I'm not going to criticize it when I agreed with the move. However, I do think, I mean, Tyler Huntley is 100% an upgrade over Devin Leary. And in terms of, this could be just a vibe signing at that. Like,
could be. Holy crap.
Lamar's good friends with him. Everyone loves him. But I also think on the field, definitely an upgrade over Devin Leary. And I mean, he struggled a little bit after, but that 2021 season, he made a lot of plays, and Ravens scored upwards of 20 points, close to 30, a couple games with him in. But now that is, 4 years ago.
Andrew commenting, I can't block the Hubbard fumble recovery out of my brain.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Michael saying, I'm not a Cooper Rush hater, but I think Huntley's a better scheme fit. I would agree with that. I think that they just have a lot to prepare for with Rush in it too, because Monken is just built like that. But we kind of mentioned the biggest cuts. Do you want to go into our next topic, or do you have anything else to add? Also, I want to give a little notion to all the comments. If you guys have any questions, we are answering them as well. We're going to be discussing just some like how can the Ravens win the Super Bowl, our favorite uniforms. We've been wanting to talk about that on a podcast, so we're going to be discussing that. But if you guys have any questions, we'd love to answer them, debate them, whatever. While we do this, probably for the next like 30 minutes. So
yeah.
We can start with a question unless you want to add something.
Another just player I wanted to mention was Rasheen Ali, because I feel like everyone has just been hating on him since he's been here. And what was he? He was on the 53 all year last year, I think.
Yeah.
He's a 6th round rookie last year out of Marshall. And I didn't think he looked great last year when he did play.
Yeah.
But this preseason, I put a video out on my Twitter. Like the patience, the vision, he looks very aware of what's in front of him with the ball in his hands. And, with these kick returns now, I think they're going to have Ali and Mitchell back there together. And that's exciting to me. And Ali can play special teams. I think he plays, almost all the units. So it makes sense why they kept him too. I know a lot of fans and even Ravens beat writers are sort of wondering why they kept him. But again, I'm a complete advocate for Rasheen Ali being on this team. So shout out to him too.
Yeah, and I think it was kind of drawn up to Keaton Mitchell is great. We love Keaton Mitchell, but it's also a little injury kind of bug with him. So if we can make sure that he's good to go, he's healthy from now on, then it's different. We don't necessarily need an Ali, but I think with that, and given Henry's a little older, Hill is how he is. He's not necessarily an every down kind of guy. Getting just some more names in the backfield with all of them is good. I will say, whenever I watched back just, the highlights of that, it seemed like Dearness and Ali played great in the preseason, but I would give props to Ali for that, because if you're playing as good as Dearness Johnson used to be, he was like a fantasy pickup. He was a number one running back for a little bit, but I mean, he played plenty fine, even with the Browns too. So if you can replicate that, I think you got a spot in the league, especially as a running back four. I appreciate him at the end of the day, but I totally get what you're saying. By the beginning of it, I was saying that. And we got a big question here from Michael. It's a big question to me. Is this Mark Andrews' last year as a Raven? I'd be sad to see him go, but that drop last year haunts me. That is perfectly putting it, because I would say I think it is. I think you would agree. And I think that we're definitely haunted by the drop. It's scarring. And even, I guess still going back to fantasy, people are undervaluing him. I think the media is undervaluing him. He still had double-digit touchdowns. He is still the number one guy. He's still the one on Hard Knocks.
Especially right now.
Yeah, especially on Hard Knocks, where it's like, Tomlin's like, do not let Andrews get the ball in the end zone. Do not. He's going to be targeted, and he gets the ball in the end zone. There's so many great memories with Mark. It's hard to think about life without him. And I know it's going to be the question all year, especially if Likely has a great game, Andrews has a bad one, Andrews has a good one, Likely has a bad one. It's going to have so many question marks all over it. I still think, though, that you would go forward with Likely unless Andrews were to be some incredibly generous number towards us, which even then feels impossible. It feels like that Queen and Roquan situation where you just can't have both, but there was a little kind of feeling that the player wanted to stay.
Yeah.
So that you have two extremely talented guys, but you have to pick one, and I think they'll go with Likely, and I know you agree.
Yeah, I don't have too much to add there. Just barring Likely's injury, if he comes back and is fine, he will be the one that stays. There's a comment from Andrew that I think is
such a good question. Oh my
really
gosh.
fun.
That is a fun question. Crap,
If you guys were to rep a jersey of any non-mainstream player, who would it be? It can be a lineman, UDFA. For Andrew, it would be Vonta Leach. I don't know how many people listening right now are going to know who this is. I mean, I hope you do. I would go with Corey Graham, who kind of was a safety and a corner for the Ravens in the early 2010s. Are we
saying all time, or are we saying current?
Well, he said Vonta Leach for him. So
I know. Crap. I didn't
all
think about
time.
that.
I'd go Corey Graham because he had so many clutch plays, and he had in the Broncos divisional round game in 2012, January 2013, he had a pick six in the first half of Peyton Manning, and he had an interception in overtime that set up the game-winning field goal, double overtime. So Corey Graham for me would be the guy. What about you, Zach?
You got some comments, loving it.
There you go, Zach.
Dude.
Current, if you want me to keep talking,
I think
what you think.
If you had said even last year, the last probably 4 or 5 years, I would have said Michael Pierce. It's not even a question. And I don't think he's mainstream. It's kind of close, but that would have been my pick without a doubt. I think I had always been for him. If we're going like you need to go deeper.
D-Wiz goes Derek Mason. I like that. Andrew G, Bernard Pollard, and Graham. Michael.
What'd you say? I would recommend Benjamin Victor jersey. Jeez.
I don't know about that one.
Like a George Lasley jersey, dude. Like, yeah, I'm gonna throw something on. I got something to throw on. Yeah. I love Danny Woodhead. So a Ravens jersey with him would have been fun.
Danny Woodhead. Kamar Aiken.
Maybe
the gold pants Hail Mary.
I was so hyped when Macklin was on. Crabtree was on the team. I mean, I would take any of those. Even though at the time it would have been mainstream, I guess.
But when the Ravens signed Jeremy Macklin, I was so excited.
Oh yeah, that was the most hype I've been for one.
Ladarius Webb, that's an awesome one.
Yeah, of course, dude, absolutely. I think everyone would take a Ladarius Webb one. He's like fan favorite, perfect. So he's like that great range from not mainstream to kind of yeah. Chris had a comment. I'm in an argument on if we should go speed over size on the D line versus the Squealers and Big Cats. What do you guys think would be more like you're saying speed over size? Well, what do you think would be the pick for Ravens, I guess, scheme wise to go against them?
Maybe I mean, I'm thinking she's saying like if you're thinking speed over size, you're more so like would Peebles be in the game more over a Travis Jones or a John Jenkins? I think against the Steelers this year, you are 100% going size because they have one threatening receiver and they have Jonnu Smith, Pat Freiermuth.
Well, I would argue that speed is not bad because Aaron Rodgers can't move. If you got fast guys getting to him, that's not ridiculous either. That's why it's a great question.
Well, I mean, on a third down, you want speed in there, but like first and 10,
I don't know.
First and 10, I'm stopping the run. The Steelers are going to be in 12 personnel all year. You got to have a lot of size out there against them.
I agree. That's what we're more likely to do. But I like getting after Rodgers a little more. I like that. I don't mind.
Wallace.
The Bengals is a different discussion.
Yeah, definitely. They can't run the ball.
Yeah, so I think you go speed. That's such a good comment. Zay? Mike Wallace jersey? Gosh, dude, I would have killed for that.
When Mike Wallace had the 95-yard touchdown against the Steelers, that was
that was a potential jersey investment.
Every Steelers friend I had, Zach just completely disappeared. Hopefully he figures out a way to get back in here. But here he is. Every Steelers fan friend that I had, I texted them, so hype when Mike Wallace had that touchdown.
Oh yeah.
That was the ghost
elite.
Taking you out of the stream, Zach.
Yeah, the ghost is also hacking in and taking me out. Yeah, it's freaking sweet. Yeah, if you guys did you have any questions like on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that? No? Okay. Well, we can actually, I guess, get into
the topic of the day.
The topic of the day. Oh, you want to do jerseys first?
No, I was thinking Super Bowl.
Oh, really? Oh, I was going to say that.
I mean, that's the question everyone wants to know.
It's the big question. I think we want everyone's answers in the comments too. And be honest. Like, I'm about to be honest. I'm serious. I'm about to be honest.
Okay, let's hear it. Justin Forsett.
I will be honest.
Nice
the question is, great, freaky. Dude, that's such a good one too. That might be my pick, actually. Justin Forsett might be my pick. The question Brad is talking about, how can the Ravens win the Super Bowl? Is this the Ravens' year?
Yeah.
How can the Ravens win the Super Bowl? They have to not turn the ball over in the playoffs. No, I'm not gonna do that crap.
I mean, we know how.
Yeah, you know how. Is this the Ravens' year? Absolutely. I think I'll give you some like main things I would think about, I guess, which would be NFC has to have a contender that's not that scary. Like we talked about it with Sutton. If it's the Eagles, we're terrified. We're thinking that we're going to lose. If I had money, I would have a hard time even placing it on the Ravens. That's how scared I would be. Sure, it's through the playoffs. I mean, sure, as a fan, it's hard to go against them. But I think if you're thinking just football, it's hard to bet against them. And then you also have to give the fact that the Chiefs are the Chiefs. The Bills are going to be right in that contention. I mean, you guys saw my season preview or my playoff predictions, and it was just me having, a good time with guys. But if I'm being serious, it means that I'm very scared of the Bills and Chiefs still wrecking it all, which, as we all are, that's the hump. It's getting over them. I think all the media always talks about that. Usually they're a little more harsh about it. No one in the playoffs. I don't think if the Bengals played us, if I think the Broncos are going to be good this year, I don't think the Broncos would do it. Chargers couldn't do it. Texans couldn't do it. It's really just the Bills and the Chiefs. But it's very specifically, it is away also being threatening. An away game, a road game being a little more threatening too. Where if it was at home, you almost give it a toss-up, I think. And it being away feels a little more 60-40, 70-30 on the other way. Even how good we're feeling, that's just the actual odds. Even how good the Ravens are looking, it's hard to give it a real number that you're feeling confident about, I'd say. And I think Zay has a comment here, don't turn the ball over, and the defense has to get turnovers too. Let's say this, we talked about it in the playoff prediction, where if the defense turns out to be making game-changing plays consistently instead of a little more flatlining, that would be my recipe to success. Is even two more the entire playoffs, change two different drives that win games. That's what I think.
Yeah. So in every single Lamar Jackson playoff game, there's one total turnover, and I can't remember what. Oh yeah, Marcus Peters' pick against the Titans. So
yeah, end the game. I mean, it didn't. I mean, sure.
Clinched
the game, but
it was a pretty important play. But like,
sure, it clinched it. Yeah.
Obviously, Lamar can't turn the ball over. Obviously, Andrews can't drop 20% of his targets. Last year, I mean, this is dumb. I was gonna say last year it felt like everyone sort of played well on the offensive side besides Andrews, especially I felt like in the second half, it was like I felt so proud of that rally in the second half, like being down 20-10 or whatever it was at halftime, and just like methodically chipping away at that. I felt so proud of like everyone.
Yeah.
And then like a comment earlier today said, just like the stinging of the Andrews, in my opinion, fumble. Like the Bills were not going to stop the Ravens the rest of the game. And they couldn't tackle Derrick Henry. Every receiver had 5 yards of separation. I mean, the second half they played so well, and it just wasn't enough, partially because of Lamar's fumble in the first half, mainly because of the Andrews fumble and the Andrews drop on the 2-point conversion. So that's number one. Number two, the defensive turnovers. We've talked about this, Zach. If the Ravens get a strip sack in the second quarter of a playoff game in the divisional round, like that significantly enhances your chances of winning. And that has not happened at all. So that's another part of it. I agree. And then, the third side of it. That's not a thing, I guess, unless it's a triangle.
Yeah. This is a triangle.
Is getting the 1 seed, which is why this week 1 Bills game is absolutely massive. And like you said, Zach, like the 10 minutes leading up to kickoff of that Bills divisional game, I was feeling like Ravens have like a 40% chance to win. That was like the vibe that I had, like the Buffalo snow and all that. I didn't feel great. And I think being in Baltimore would help, especially if you're playing the Bills. I mean, that environment up there is insane in the winter. So those are my 3 things. I don't really think, honestly, there could be too many other reasons, unless you have some.
I'd love to add that there's gonna be a game if you don't have the 1 seed and you get a bye, and you're playing 3 games to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You have to have one of those games as you don't start super hot, unless you're super lucky. Unless you're going to start rough, you're going to get down 10-0, 20-10, whatever, and you're going to have to come back and win it. That is going to happen. So these two opportunities that happen with the Chiefs and the Bills, where you do have a chance by the end of it, you can't piss down your leg at the very last second. You can't have these plays that are laid on that are fumbles and picks and stupid boneheaded thrown into triple coverage crap. You have to be composed the entire time. It has to be full. We have a chance like the whole time. So I think there's been some, maybe it is just, the player and how humans think, where it's like, oh, I've got to make the big play here. Like, this is it. Time's running out. There is some nature of that, but there is also an aspect where coaching can come into it, where it's going to happen this season, where some team is going to be like, they're going to punch us right in the mouth right at the beginning. It could very well be this Bills game where it's like quick 7-0, 10-0, 14-0, and the Ravens are going to come back and possibly, hopefully win it, but they have to prove that they can do that to go deep in the playoffs. And I think that you would have to do it against one of the better teams, which is the Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoff time. I guess I could see it happening against the Texans or against Chargers or Broncos if they look good, someone like that. But I really lean towards the ability to fully play a game rather than we have to start hot and we win the whole time, because that's been, I guess, definitely a media Achilles, that we have this, we start getting up really, really high early in the game and we're just pummeling away at these teams, which is great, but it can only get you so far. I feel like that's kind of that's a notion we got to tackle this year. Hopefully they do it at the beginning of the year with how good of a schedule it is off the rip. Michael, with a heat of a question here. If the Ravens don't make it this year, I'm assuming that's Super Bowl?
Make it to the Super Bowl? Yeah, I would assume.
Is Harbaugh done as coach of the Ravens?
Listen, like, if they're 13-4 and lose 28-27 in the AFC Championship, they're not going to fire him. Like, and I wouldn't either. Honestly.
It would have to be a really ridiculous kind of thing, right? Like a wild card, stupid loss.
I think if they lost in the wild card, maybe. I think if they lost in the divisional round and like played awful, maybe.
Yeah.
Those are, I think, the two scenarios.
Wow. And even then, someone said it. Maybe it might have been Bobby Trossett talking about how the Ravens, if they were to get rid of Harbaugh, would be a significantly less feared team. I mean, you do have such an incredible, I don't know the word, atmosphere, I guess, in this locker room with how he approaches it all. And you've seen all these we talk about the Dolphins, these players and coaches that tend to say, I'm a player's coach, that kind of thing, where Harbaugh comes off as that almost, but on the other hand is so serious about the business side and winning side that you finding someone to replicate that, if not be better than that, is going to be quite the tall task. So I don't know. I think that's a very difficult, who do you think would replace Harbaugh if they were in the organization?
100% be Zach Orr.
Yeah, I think that you have seen Monken as a head coach, I guess. So, I mean, you know what you're getting. I think that Orr does tend to have that kind of feeling around him too.
I think if the Ravens were to have like another historical offense this year, and for whatever reason Harbaugh is gone, you would really have to think about keeping Monken, because
that's what I thought about.
But who knows? Any other thoughts on this topic?
No, I want to get into the next one.
Okay.
We do want you before you go, we do want you guys to subscribe. We do want you guys to like the video. We have memberships this year. We're monetized in that regard. We're very close to being fully monetized once we hit 1,000 subscribers, so you can help us get to that. But we do have a membership right now. It's going to get you Q&A priority throughout the season whenever we do on every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whenever we
whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, it'll be one of them for sure, but it will be you guys submitting your questions and we'll talk about it on the stream. But let's get into it, dude. I don't know if we're gonna do favorite uniforms or if we're just doing like one. Maybe we do a favorite, least favorite, underrated.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're feeling.
I mean, ranking them all would be
Ranking them all, I
tough.
dude. Yeah.
So,
I thought you were about to say do that. Jeez, dude.
Who
I'm looking at it
commented
right now.
this?
We need to put this on there. Can we put this on there?
Who commented this? It's gonna suck if we don't give credit.
Can we add this?
Someone commented. You can try. Someone commented that they wanted us to talk about our favorite Ravens uniforms like a week or two ago, and we thought it was a great idea.
Oh yeah.
And
we
if
did that.
whoever commented that is in that right now, please let us know. So go ahead, guys. Let's start with your least favorite, Zach. Least favorite uniform.
Least favorite. Can we count the mustard ones?
Don't count the mustard pants
okay,
because
I
they
was
wore
about
them
to
one
say.
time, even though that would be.
Hmm.
Honestly, you know what I'm gonna say? The Ravens
ahead.
don't play well when they wear all white.
Oof. Yeah. I mean, by the record here, 43 and 57. I need to get this on here. Do you have it downloaded? Or did you just copy it?
I just copied it.
Crap. You know where you got it? We can transfer.
It's also like not fully updated, I don't think.
Really? Oh,
I found it on some like old tweet.
Oh yeah, last updated week 16, 2021. Yeah.
Okay,
so
yeah,
we're just looking at
yeah.
a big list of them here. But
when they wear white jersey, white pants, they wear it away for big games. I feel like they lose every time. Like they wore it week 1 against the Chiefs last year. They wore it in Buffalo for the divisional round. That is a bad vibe combo, in my opinion, Zach.
All white?
All white, yeah. They lose every time.
I don't know.
They do. They do lose every time.
This is going to be controversial, but I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I don't like the purple top black pants.
Purple top black pants.
It's 23 and 7 as of 2021, but I don't like it that much. I think the purple's awkward on it.
So do you also not like the black jersey purple pants? Because that one's a lot more rare than.
I don't know. I don't mind that one.
Really?
Maybe it is the top. Maybe it's the top that makes it for me.
Because purple jersey black pants to me is like. They used to wear that at home a lot more often than they do now, I think. I like that one a lot. Purple jersey, black pants. They wore that. Yeah, they wore that for the AFC Championship against the Chiefs. I mean, purple on white would obviously be somewhere in the middle for me because
me too.
That's just their normal home uniform. Same with white on black because that's their normal away uniform.
Okay, not the color rush, but the purple on purple. What do you think of that?
I really like it.
I kind of like it too.
They wore. I don't know how I remember this stuff. They wore that game, the Tylan Wallace punt return against the Rams, I believe. That's my last memory of that. Like, I know they can't. They only have 2 home primetime games this year, but the purple on purple for a primetime game would be sick.
Not the color rush purple?
Yeah, just the purple on purple. The normal purple on purple.
Wow.
I'm saying if they had 3 primetime games. I'm not saying I like it more because I think their current color rush is sick.
Yeah.
But, or purple rising is what they call it now.
Extra purple. Yeah.
The purple is like their vintage color rush. Like that was what you wore if you wanted to wear all purple before color rush was a thing. And it still, I think it looks good. What are your thoughts on the purple rising uniform, Zach? Oh, they've only worn it one time.
I know. I've always been, if you're talking about it as counting in color rush, I've always loved color rush stuff. Like the full, almost too bright of your main color, basically, or of a main color. I've always liked it. I think it's a little more, this is also a little weird of me. I don't love really the gold in it at all. So it makes it back to like a 50-50 for me. Like I think it's special because it is that kind of light. But I think that the gold numbers, maybe like that kind of style to me, the gold, too much gold on it makes me feel like it's not as cool anymore. Because I just don't like that color as much. I don't like that color. I do like that color. I don't like that color with purple and black. So I think it looks weird whenever it gets to too
I
much gold.
I loved the Purple Rising last year just because like
I loved it too. It was just so different.
The matte purple helmets
Yeah.
combined with like the gold and the what would you call it? The front logo of the Raven.
Mm-hmm.
And just, winning that Thursday night game against the Bengals last year. It was awesome.
Zane's agreeing with me in the chat. Oh, well, kind of.
I've
Zay
seen
doesn't
like
like
some
Ravens color
occasional hate
helmet.
of the Purple Rising. Which
if what you just said, if they did like a special helmet for the regular purple and purple, I would rather have that than the Purple Rising.
Yeah, like maybe.
If you had like a throwback kind of helmet with the purple on purple.
If they were like teasing vintage uniforms this whole offseason and
they have. I don't understand. I don't understand that.
Derrick Henry does it.
Wait. Michael's saying Derrick Henry looks more menacing in the Purple Rising compared to the all black? Is that what are we saying compared to all of them? Dude, maybe. All black, he looks like he's going to kill you. There's nothing, honestly, more fire. Honestly, it's more fire that Derrick Henry wears an all black uniform than it is Lamar wearing an all black uniform to me.
Yeah, all black is obviously.
He looks like a menace. Oh, Michael's saying compared to the all white. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
for sure.
Okay, all white, Derrick Henry, or all purple. I guess I agree. Yeah.
I wish, and I know you disagree with me, Zach. I wish I wish purple uniform black pants was their normal home uniform instead of white pants. I love it, bro.
I don't love that. But is it weird that I do kind of like the white on white on black?
I like the white on black. I mean,
I don't love the purple on black.
I would just like to say, please disown the all whites. And it has nothing to do with how it looks.
It is a rare thing, though, right? It's not like it might
I think
be
they
like
wear it like
twice a year, right?
They wear it like usually their primetime away games when it's like a big game. They'll wear white on white. I remember them wearing white on white. I already mentioned it. Bills game last year, playoff loss. Chiefs week 1. Raiders 2021 week 1 when Lamar had the gold cleats. I just remember them losing in it all the time. This in your away primetime games, just wear white on black. Or, I mean, white on purple, they do very well in. So,
yeah.
White on purple, they do very well in. So, I like that one as well, too. It sucks to... Okay, do you want to say...
Say with a great comment, the all black Derrick Henry looks very dangerous.
Yeah, it looks scary. Let's say, because it's so obvious, besides the all black...
What is the favorite?
What is your favorite?
Crap.
Honestly, I think the normal purple on purple might be.
I think I'd go the basic purple on white.
Really?
Maybe. Could be black on purple. I don't mind that at all.
Black jersey, purple pants?
Yeah. It's funny that that's actually valid to me and not the purple on black.
Yeah, because it's the same combination. It's just opposites.
I know, but like there's something about the jersey. I don't know.
I think the black jersey, purple pants like looks... I get like caught off guard when I see it because it's so rare. Like, I'm like, what are they doing?
Whoa.
Like, I mean, I think it looks good, but my takes on this whole uniform Ravens conversation, my takes are: number 1, don't wear white on white ever again. Number 2, instead of purple on white being your classic home uniform, wear purple on black for every home game. Not every home game, as their... What is it called? I'm like blanking on the term.
I don't know.
Classic home uniforms, whatever. Base home uniforms. I don't know.
Sure, yeah. Either way. Was it just 2? You sound like you're going to do 3.
I did. Oh. And I was going to say the purple on purple, not the purple rising, the normal purple on purple.
Mm-hmm.
I think is my favorite besides the all black.
It is pretty sweet. I love the all purple. Yeah, I think the purple rising is surprisingly lower for me than I think most people would have it.
Once a year,
rarity. But what you're about to say is valid.
Once a year, it's awesome. But like,
it is awesome.
And when are they going to be? They're Thanksgiving against the Bengals again. So like,
Yeah,
Purple Rising on Thanksgiving is sick.
That is sweet. It makes it very special. I do love that.
Yeah. And like the end zones are purple and everything. So, and I sort of agree with what you're saying about the gold, but I do think it's kind of cool to have more gold than normal just for one game a year.
True. One game I'll allow it. But other than that, I find the gold a little annoying. So like where I get this from, so like there's a bunch of like merchandise outside of just Ravens, like I don't know if it's like shoes or like shirts. What I don't know what it is, but like if I find it and it has too much gold, it throws it off for me. I think it looks so like it doesn't feel as Ravensy as like if it was just black or white.
Yeah,
purple. It's weird. So I
know
guess
what you mean.
I don't know. I get a little sick of it.
Purple and black does feel a lot more Ravens-y than purple and gold.
A little gold.
Even though our podcast is purple and gold.
That's true. I don't know. I'd give it a little white. I'd give it more white and purple than that.
Yeah.
Gold accents, just like they do. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, you got anything else to add? That was a packed pod, dude.
I don't think so. Oh my gosh, there was something I wanted to say earlier and I cannot remember. But yeah, just like super excited.
Full season, dude.
About a week from today, maybe a little bit less from a week from today, we'll have our Bills preview out. And it's all gas from there. So
yeah. Holy crap, dude.
Even though we'll be talking about like, oh, can the Ravens win the Super Bowl? Probably every week of the season with our Q&As.
Mm-hmm.
This feels like the, goodbye to our off-season program of our podcast. And we did a lot this off-season. Going back to March, we scouted every single position group for the draft. And basically, a ton of guys we talked about and loved are on the Ravens right now.
Yeah, kind of nailed it. Yeah, kind of.
Kind of nailed it. So it's been a fun offseason, Zach. And I'm obviously very excited for the real season to start.
Heck yeah, bro. Preview is out next week. I don't think we'll do a Q&A next week.
Yeah, it'll be
but the weeks after will be. We'll have the post-game reaction to it as usual.
Yeah.
But man, it's about to happen, y'all. It feels really close. We want to thank everyone for showing up. I can give some shout outs for everyone that's commented.
Go ahead.
Michael, Zay, Andrew, I think Chris was in here, Dwiz. I'm not scrolling fast enough. I'm sorry.
Nate was in here.
Nate, shout out Nate. Clovel was in here. Yeah, I mean, massive shout out to all you guys. Appreciate you all. If anyone's watching this and has not liked, has not subscribed, has not become a member, you should do it for this entire season coming up. You're going to want to be a part of it all with us. Exclusive stuff if you're a member, and supporting us. If you like and subscribe, we appreciate it. And we will see you guys next week for our first regular season pod. Peace out.
See you guys. We're excited for it. Peace.